Alright, let's head off to Coda. Let's do it. We're going to have a new gearbox, fairly decent, and we come into 13. Through turn 13 we go. Off of 13, right into 14, and into turn 15. Around turn 15 we go. Off of 15, a little bit squirrely there as we make our way around the carousel, around the boot tower, through 16, 17, around turn 18, and we come into the penultimate corner of turn 19. Around 19 we go, and we make our way into turn 20. Through turn 20 we go. DRS is going to be open. We come to the line, and it's going to be 20th fastest. And the woes continue. Had a few screw-ups in that lap 2, which cost us a lot of time. So up to 17th with some more grid spot penalties. Man, the stars and stripes look good on the game, don't they? But alright, we're gonna go 14, 14, 14, and 14. Just, I guess that's about the only thing we can do. We're gonna lose 200ths of a second according to that. So alright, here you go. Let's set it up for you here. We've got a full tank of 110 kilograms of fuel in the tank, a 3-stop strategy. Going from sauce to mediums. 56 laps are to come. Let's get on to the formation lap. Get ready. The lights are about to go out for the final time here tonight. And green flag flying behind the field. Michael Massey is on the button. And here come the lights. Here we go for the United States Grand Prix. 5 lights are on now. And it's lights out, and away we go as we can make a great run as we try to get a good run on Kevin Magnussen. We get a 2-for-1 special off the start as we come up the hill into turn 1, and we're on the outside. We're 3 wide at turn 1, trying to get into Kimmy a little bit, and we launch from P17 into P12, P13, and we had to cut the corner a little bit, let Giovinazzi by, and so does George Russell go by as well, as there's a whole big clusterfuck of cars heading into the S's, and we drop back to P14. So 4 off the points, early moments of this Grand Prix. Trying to get a run on Antonio Giovinazzi on the run down into turn 12. Can we get it done? It is Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes. It's Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari, it looks like, at the top of the leaderboard as we come into the second final sector. Trying to stick with Antonio Giovinazzi.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
We're going from 17th to 14th on the start. 1.6 seconds to get back to George Russell. When will the Williams start to fall back as Valtteri Bottas leads the way from one of the Ferraris to Lewis Hamilton to the other Ferrari. Max Verstappen, Alex Albon, I believe, is the case at the moment here. Yeah, but no rain. We come to the line. DRS is going to be enabled as Giovinazzi pulls away a second to get back to George Russell behind in the Williams. Jack Aiken running in 16th behind George Russell. That engine turned down to save fuel. Okie dokie. So George Russell within striking distance as he's got the DRS on the run down to turn 12. I think he's a little too far back to make a run, so we stay P14, still in the mid-pack.
More stops.
We have yellow flags on the pit straight. It's one of the Ferraris. One of the Ferraris is slowing down on the pit straight. Are they going to be out of the Grand Prix? And they're getting overtaken like crazy here. And there it is, there's Charles Leclerc, I think. It is Charles Leclerc out of the Grand Prix on lap number 5. And we're up into P13. There you go, Chiquito. We have a shot at P15 here. The DRS is open for George Russell on the run down to turn number 12. And he's just still too far back there to make anything happen. we're not losing too much time from Giovinazzi in front. And we're running P13. Jack Aiken's still running at 15th behind us, 9 seconds back. No retirements earlier tonight at Suzuka. One retirement so far early on in this Grand Prix, and it was Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. So, getting close to making our first stop.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
We are, Jeff. We are. Trust me. So George Russell now beyond DRS range.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
And we're getting ready to make our first stop. First of the three. We're on a three-stop strategy here. 1.6 seconds to get back to George Russell behind. Very interested to see as Sebastian Vettel's into the pit lane along with one of the Silver Arrows. Pretty good, DJ. How's it going, man? How's things going up in the land of Raikkonen?
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
So into P16 we go. Back to P16 we go at the moment. Gotcha. Who are you on? I can't remember. One of the Red Bulls is in for their stop. And within a second of Roman Grosjean, but not within DRS range. We are now. Sebastian Vettel, 35.7. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix for the Ferrari. Grosjean hits the pit lane. We're going to get DRS, so we're going to gain back the time that we lost.
Gap to car in front is 14.5 seconds.
And George Russell is in, and we're back into P14.
Jack is in the pits. Jack in the pits.
I think I remember that.
Green flag.
And we got yellow flags behind, and George Russell's going to pull over to the side of the circuit, and he's going to be out of the Grand Prix. George Russell's out, and the safety car's been deployed. The safety car has been deployed on lap 17 due to George Russell out of the Grand Prix.
Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I haven't had time to practice, so. The green flag waving again, oversteer out of turn 20. Back to green flag racing we go as we make our way up to turn 1.
Use your overtake button.
The Gasly right in front of us, get a little bit wide to 19. Sebastian Vettel 35.3, fastest lap of the Grand Prix for Zeb. And he's jumping out in the lead. That's Ferrari taking over this season from the Silver Arrows. We're trying to pull away from Kevin Magnussen as we head up here. Lap 28 will be in for our second stop. No DRS yet, of course. Gotta get ready to go into the DRS, running P13 at the moment. Trying to get up close to the Alpha Tower of Peter Gasly. 2 retirements. It was Charles Leclerc and George Russell. George Russell brought out the safety car. 7/10 back to Kevin Magnussen already. And we're going to hope that Esteban Ocon stays back there. And no DRS on Gasly. Kevin Magnussen with DRS on us on the run down to turn 12. And we stay ahead of the Haas. Almost beyond a second of K-Mag. Esteban Ocon, though, is right on the back of Kevin Magnussen. That could spell disaster. Daniel Ricciardo is back there as well. So that could both spell disaster because both Renaults could get by us and we could be back to P15 just like that. 1.7, the gap to Esteban Ocon is he is gaining by about a 10th a lap, so I think we'll be back. We'll still be ahead of him by the time we come in to make our stop. So
Okay,
We got
clear.
yellow flags back behind, and it's going to be Esteban Ocon. No, it's Daniel Ricciardo, and the safety car's been deployed again.
They're retiring the car. Virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car's been deployed.
Immediately and keep.
But we come to the line, and the F1 Insights, powered by AWS, says that the pit window is open. Here comes Lewis Hamilton's on the outside. Can we get by the Mercedes? No, he outpowers us. And Esteban Ocon right on our gearbox. Double proximity errors from Esteban Ocon on the run down to turn 12. Ocon to the outside on the run into 12. And we're going to stay ahead and make the lunge.
The car ahead has come in and fitted the soft tire.
Meanwhile, Giovinazzi is just a second up the road. Could be, and it's Kimi and Giovinazzi here. Could we be within DRS range of the 2007 Formula One World Champion? We're out of battery power here. That's not good. Well, in we come to make our second stop. For this team, 2-7 for this team is a good stop.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Now we're up into P15. Nicholas Latifi right ahead of Pierre Gasly. So that's going to help us out. DRS is going to be open on Gasly. He has it on Nicholas Latifi on the run down to turn 12. But yeah, go ahead and follow the YouTube channel as we go to the outside. Can we get it slowed down on Nicholas Latifi? No. As George Gasly stays alongside Nicholas Latifi into turn 14, and we're going to go to the inside on Latifi, and we get it done. And we're into 14th. So, right on the back of the gearbox of Gasly through turn 11, trying to get a good run. DRS is going to be open. Appreciate it, DJ. Rich mix overtake mode. DRS is going to be open on Pierre Gasly. Can we get the job done on the run down to turn 12? On the inside of 12, we make the lunge. Can we get it slowed down? We do, and we get it done. And we're into P13 ahead of Pierre Gasly. Now we got pull away. The pit stop's going on. Esteban Ocon in for a set of medium tires. We're up into P12. And Kvyat hits the pit lane. So there you go. Daniel Kvyat is in for his stop. Gasly beyond DRS range from us at the moment. And we're up into the points as Antonio Giovinazzi hits the pit lane. So we're into the points here.
Okay, you're
So
in the top
Pierre
10.
Gasly makes his final stop. And there are 20 laps to go here in tonight's. We're going to lose a couple of seconds, but just in case we can catch anybody to pass, we need a couple of laps to pass them here. So we're supposed to pit on lap 42. We're going to go ahead and, I think it's 42, but we're going to go ahead and come in.
Pit stops.
And here comes Kvyat. It's going to be a race out of the pit lane. And well, Nicholas Latifi didn't give us really any room. So we dropped back to P17 here. But Pierre Gasly didn't really give us any room. Gasly still has to pit, so nothing. We got nothing to really worry about from Pierre Gasly because he's got to come in again. And we're now full stop ahead of Pierre Gasly right now. There we go. DRS going to be open on Gasly on the run down to turn 12. Can Gasly get a run on his teammate? On the run. Gasly to the outside. On the run into turn 12. We're going to go way out wide because Gasly put on the brakes and that hurts us. Kvyat gets into Gasly and we're going to shoot it to the inside at through turn 15, Kvyat gets into us, and we manage to kind of wreck our way through, but we're into P16 now. As we get ahead of Kvyat. Bit of an asshole move on my part, but oh well. So Gasly and Grosjean going to fight it out here. Can we be within DRS range? Kvyat still within DRS range from us from behind, and we got a little bit of oversteer at turn 7. And we are going to be within DRS range, but just barely here as we come off of turn 11. Off of turn 20 we go, DRS is open, and there are 15 laps remaining in tonight's stream. And a reminder, tomorrow night I'll be back here live, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, here in the United States, and Gasly just absolutely slams on the brakes, and we go right into him. And Grosjean is into the pit lane. So there we go. There's positive there. And meanwhile, Kimi Räikkönen is into the pit lane, and we're up into P14 ahead of Kimi. Can we get to P13 here? We will because of Gasly, but can we get beyond DRS range of Daniel Kvyat? We're split between the two AlphaTauris at the moment, as you can tell. And the gap to Sergio Perez, 2.7 seconds. And he's held up behind Sebastian Vettel. DRS is going to be open for Kvyat. We go to the inside to defend. Half a second to gap. Here comes Kvyat down to turn 12. And we stay ahead. Kvyat hits Pierre Gasly hits the pit lane, and we're into P12. So Gasly hits the pit lane. We're into P12. Kvyat right on our ass. Here comes Kvyat. Is he gonna get a run? He goes to the outside. Does Kvyat? As we come to the outside to try and defend from the Russian as we come into turn 14 or 13. I think they're 13, but we get back ahead. Stay in P12. With a lot more time. Sergio Perez up front. Half a second still. Perez gets by Giovinazzi. And here comes Kvyat. Double proximity errors. He's too far back. He can't make the run this time. And we stay into P12. So a second and a half the gap to Giovinazzi. Here comes Kvyat again. Double proximity errors on the run down to turn 13 or down to turn 12. Kvyat goes for it, we send it, and we stay ahead. And he's back along the outside through turn 13. And we stay ahead again. We've lost time for 1.3, the gap to Antonio Giovinazzi as we come up the hill through turn 1. Banking on getting by Giovinazzi, and then also that helping us with Kvyat, as long as Giovinazzi holds Kvyat up for us here. As we come through turn 19 into the final corner of turn 20, DRS is going to be open on Antonio Giovinazzi when we come to the line, and there are 5 laps remaining here in Austin, Texas. DRS is going to be open as we come off of turn 11. Trying to get into that toe, trying to get into that slipstream. DRS is open on Antonio Giovinazzi. Here we go as we're into the slipstream on the run down to turn 12. Can we get the job done on Giovinazzi? We're going to send it to the inside. And we get it done without contact, and we're into P11. I didn't really do a good job at saving fuel in this race because we were really in a lot of action this entire race. Like, we're always trying to catch the car in front, always trying to defend from the car behind.
This is your final lap.
We're on to the final lap of the night now. And Giovinazzi's right on us. We can't do anything with fuel. We're a little too deep up at turn 1, but it's going to be a Mercedes on the top step of the podium, and I believe it is Valtteri Bottas has won the United States Grand Prix and sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 33.9. Getting close. Here we go. One last chance for Antonio Giovinazzi. Lewis Hamilton, 33.9. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're out of battery power on the run down to turn 12, and we're going to stay ahead, and should do it. It's going to be P11 for us, one off the points, but after the way things have been, we are in. That is a good result of being P11. As we come into 19, turn 19, off of turn 19 and into the final corner on the final lap, and we come home and finish in 11th.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.